Hey, this is really cool, you guys. Craig Robinson is in the studio. Hey, Craig.
Greetings.
Hello.
Welcome
Thank
to
you for
Charlotte.
having me.
Is this your first time here in the Queen City?
No. I actually played the Comedy Zone before.
Oh, okay.
I was on tour with my band, and we stopped through here one night.
I think I remember that.
Well, right on.
Yeah,
It happened.
What's the name of your band?
The Nasty Delicious.
The Nasty Delicious.
That's
I
a
like
cool
it.
name, yeah.
Where'd you come up with that? I just have to ask.
You know what? It just hit me one day, period. Like, boom, there it is.
You're like, that's a great name for a band.
Well, I had gone through a couple of names. I think one was Chocolate Love Booger. and at some point, Nasty Delicious. It's kind of like...
Was it close? Was Chocolate Love Booger like a potential?
That was what it was for a second, but it didn't stick. But Nasty Delicious came, like, it was like, you ever eat something that's so good and make you make that nasty face? Like,
Yeah.
God dang, so it was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Man, you do everything. You're on The Office. You acted there. You're a comedian. You do music. Is there something to it with like everyone wanting to be a rock star? Like you see that all the time with actors and people. They want that. They always want to play
And
in
vice
a band.
versa.
And
Like
vice
actors
versa.
want to sing and stuff.
There's nothing like being on stage, doing music, and then rocking out with a band,
Yeah.
and then even nothing more like being the front man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's super dope. I mean, but I've been in music, before anything else. So
That's
Is
cool.
there anything that like you still want to do that's on your bucket list that you haven't done yet?
Possibly, I don't know.
Is there like a script
it
that
got to
you're
a
sitting
point-
on that you want to have produced or
Yeah.
like anything like that? No.
You don't want to direct or anything like that.
I actually have an opportunity to direct this comedy called Screwed, so we'll see what happens.
Nice.
With that. But yeah, it's like it got to a point where the goals and dreams became like life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's living.
You
and
literally
enjoying
were
it.
living your dream. Are
Exactly.
living your dream.
Yes.
You married, man?
No.
No. Kids?
Any prospects?
No kids. Some prospects. I used to be a school teacher, so the kids. They
You
hit
used to be
me
a
up.
school teacher?
Yeah, I taught kindergarten through 8th grade music. So they, kids that hit me up on Facebook and Twitter. Oh, you still inspire us. We're so proud of you. And I'm like, hey, I'm not your teacher anymore. Leave me alone.
Craig Robinson with Maney, Roy, and Loren. All right, let me ask you about The Office because it was obviously a great show. How much of that really was improvising, and like, how did you guys go about shooting? Your episodes.
Well, they employ this. Where they just let the camera roll, and I think in the beginning it was more improvisation, but as the writers got more used to our voices, it got to a point where it was like, yep, that's exactly how I would say that. So,
and were you okay with that, or did you like having the freedom?
I could go either way, and you had to get used to that because, like every time I would do a movie, it'd be like, okay, we're gonna do a lot of improv. And at first I was like, but now it's like, okay, because I enjoy what comes out.
Right.
There's got to be something nice to it too about being able to have a hand in the kind of the production side to it, because a lot of actors or a lot of directors will be like, can you re-deliver that line?
Right. So now you're just reading off the paper rather than
Right.
like, hey, you created this line.
Well, it's. I mean, I don't mind. I wouldn't do the script if I didn't.
Yeah.
Like
If you didn't
what
have that
I
freedom.
saw, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to have the freedom to improvise is fine. And then like, and if there's somebody just wants it word for word, I'm fine with that too.
Did you guys crack each other up because you never knew what like Steve was gonna say or?
Yeah. That I mean, Steve or like a Will Ferrell, something is like they're trying to destroy the take. They're trying to get you, and they have free reign. And then if we're doing like a Seth Rogen or whatever, that's all improv, damn near.
When you get all these, guys together, and I'm sure it's like probably being in a locker room where you're all trying to play jokes on each other, and like, who is the biggest jokester that you've worked with?
Jokesters? I mean, we don't. It doesn't really go down like that, like pranks and stuff. You mean?
Yeah.
We don't do that
like
stuff.
a snake in
Really?
someone's. You go back to chill in your trailer and there's a python.
No, I don't.
No.
Well, would
I
you
haven't been
like
a
to do
part
that?
of that. No.
He's like, I'm pretty good being pretty
No
serious.
pythons.
Yeah.
Craig Robinson going to be in Charlotte at the Comedy Zone, Roy.
Yeah, you can get tickets, cltcomedyzone.com.
2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow, 1 on Sunday.
and then he's
Wow.
gone. So really,
That was phenomenal.
well, we worked
Yeah.
together for a while. We improv a lot. You know, honestly,
This
radio's
is-
a lot of improv.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Actually, it was all scripted. There's someone in our ear.
But the way y'all did it was just synergy. Just boom, boom.
What did you do to get? Because you played your music on obviously in what was it, the Walmart commercial?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I was playing Christmas songs.
Right. So then, like for on The Office, you played the piano a lot too. Like, was that something that you said, "Hey, I know how to play the piano"?
No,
by
not
the
at
way?
all. Matter of fact, music is my partner, but they'll find out, and then immediately it's like, oh, okay, he's doing music. So it's that's just how it kind of goes. Like when we did Hot Tub Time Machine, before we went to production, all the producers came out to one of my shows and stuff. They're like, well, Nick's a musician, so it happens like that.
Right.
Okay.
People are like, oh, you got it. Okay, throw that in there.
That's awesome.
Do you have a trailer when you worked at the office? Did you give it like your own space?
You get a trailer. You get it was a room inside a trailer.
Really?
I was in what's called a triple banger. So
Who'd you
it was
share with?
3 rooms. Creed and Mindy.
Who was always
Creed and
last to the
Kelly.
set? When I love this, like I love knowing about
Right,
like
the
stuff
behind
like,
the scenes.
Who were you always
Rainn
waiting
Wilson.
on?
Really? Ray Wilson.
Easily. Yeah, Rainn was always late.
What was he busy doing? Makeup?
Well, he came
Yeah,
all
you
the way
see him?
from Agora Hills. So that's one thing. It's like dang near an hour away or something.
Yeah.
Always
But,
waiting for rain.
But yeah, it's a lot of traffic down that way.
Well, we like in our office, so we all share an office here, and we have crazy things in there. And but simply because we come up with funny ideas and we kind of make our own props
and stuff. We have a
stuff.
toilet.
Is there? Yeah, we had a whole HB2C. We had a whole
We
thing.
were gonna do. You know, HB2. You're familiar with this North Carolina thing?
Y'all means all. Is that the same
Y'all
thing?
means all.
Y'all means all.
Yeah, it's like no. This is like you can't use. You have to use certain bathrooms or whatever it is. So
Right,
our
right.
idea was to come up with HB2D2, kind of like R2D2, but have a toilet robot
Okay.
that people could go take pictures with.
And it was going to talk
And it never
to us.
took off. So now we just have the toilet in our office.
Let us rephrase. There are some people that wore suits that didn't like the idea.
Yeah.
The man
So-
shot us down.
And now they're like, "What? You guys still have it?"
We have a toilet
Yeah.
just sitting like in our
In
office.
case it ever
So
comes
there's
in
a
handy.
toilet waiting
Yeah,
to
no-
become a robot.
It's
Yes.
not hooked up to anything. It's
Yeah.
just chilling in our
So
office.
I think where Roy's going, do you have the printer from the office, or do you have the hot tub from Hot Tub Time Machine?
Is there
Anything
something-
in your place?
There was a stuffed toy, like a stuffed monkey, that was on the set, and you might have seen it in shots, might not, but it was there all the time. And then when it was time to leave, I stole it, but I gave it to the editor because she really, really wanted it,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
and it would have just been somewhere in my apartment, lost.
Craig Robinson, thanks so much for coming on. When you're on the road and you're just hanging out, like ready to do a show, and I know you spend a lot of time in hotels and stuff, and there's like an Office episode on, do you watch?
Thank you for having me. And it's when I turn to it, it's crazy because I don't see it a lot, but when I turn to it, I get very like sentimental. Like
You remember like what happened? Sorry, we almost got you out of here, but now
I
we're
know.
back.
And
Yeah.
It would be like you'd be like on Fallon, like, hey, thanks so much for coming. And as you're walking off, there's like one more
Wait,
question.
come back.
Yeah, that was a weird ending.
Yeah.
Let's edit that out. No, but seriously, like, okay, I always wanted to ask an actor this because don't you wonder, like, if Craig watches one episode, like he's like, oh man, I remember that. I had a horrible day. Like,
well, there was
to
one.
critique
pulled
yourself.
over on my way to work.
There was
Right.
one. I got vertigo, like, and I had never had it before or since. And I was just in my trailer, and they were like, okay, just sitting there. I think I was kind of asleep, and then okay, Craig, come on, So I stood up and was just like, what?
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't know it was like hit by a truck or something. And so I went in there, and it was a
What episode?
Halloween episode where I was Dracula.
Okay.
And then they were filming, and we did like 4 takes, and I said, "Hey, 1 second, you guys."
oh
And then they
man,
were like, "You know what? You can go home."
So now when we watch the Dracula episode
We know.
of The Office, you know that
You'll
Craig
see
was
my face. I
feeling.
looked very sick.
All right.
Yeah.
How you feeling now?
I'm pretty good.
Same reaction?
I'm pretty good. I was just in Raleigh a couple of weeks ago, and I had such a great time. And I was like, I couldn't wait to get back to Charlotte and get some good eats and
That's it.
Yeah, man.
party with
There's
the
some
people.
good food here.
They have
All right.
fun out here in the South.
That's Craig Robinson. He's going to be at the Comedy Zone. Find tickets, cltcomedyzone.com. And you have shows through Sunday. So go check them out.
Thank you.
You gonna play on stage? You play on stage?
Oh yeah.
All right. Awesome.
No,
You're
let's
just gonna keep
let's
doing
keep
that.
going.
Just keep throwing in a question.
Go ahead. Talk smack about someone on The Office. Give us a secret.
He said Rainn Wilson was late all the time.
Something, but you know.
You asked who we were waiting on, and that was, and it wasn't all the time. It was like,
Oh, believe me, when we're sending that to TMZ, it's going to be all the time, Craig.
No,
So,
you're
a
fine,
couple times. That's the one I remember. But no, there's none to talk
Favorite
smack
TV
about. They're
judge?
great. Favorite TV judge? Simon Cowell. Who else?
Really?
Okay, I was thinking more along the lines of
Judge Judy.
Well, still same difference.
Simon Cowell should be a judge in a robe.
That's
like
true.
Judge
this is
Mathis.
Judge Mathis.
Yeah.
Is that the Morris Court? That's the good one.
He's awesome.
All right. Thanks a lot,
Hey man,
Craig Robinson.
thank you.